Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are continuing on where we left off with the Australasian Union. So if you missed the latter half of the previous stream, a couple of things happened. First of all, you'll notice that both Britain and France are the wrong colours. That's because the Third Internationale has in fact fallen. The war was over. Canada managed to retake Britain and have established the British Reconstruction Authority under Edward, and the French fell to Germany, which has established the French Kingdom, and very, very unkindly gave the French Republic none of the provinces they actually need to go through their recovery focuses. So France is kind of stuck. They didn't get Marseille, nor did they get Paris. So they are possibly still going to be at odds with Germany over that. And in fact, what I might do, just to spice things up a little bit, is once Britain has reached a certain level of redevelopment, I might actually just force them to declare war on Germany to retake France. That could be interesting. And that would also balance things out a little bit, seeing as, oh, there's Siberia. Russia has also died. So the Russian Empire and everything west of the Urals is part of the Reichspakt, and everything east of the Urals is actually Ottoman. So, huzzah! The Ottomans have done rather well out of that war. And Katie Cat, hello! 12 months, you have got your 1 year resubscription. Congratulations on the Golden Horns, and it's really good to see you here. So, hello Katie, hope you're doing okay. Meanwhile, the Fourth Internationale, and unfortunately I couldn't rename the faction, otherwise I would have done so. We kind of used a bit of a loophole to seize control of the Third Internationale before it was disbanded at the end of the war. Basically, I joined the Third Internationale normally, but refused to join any of their wars. So I was the only member left. I was not at war, therefore I did not capitulate. Then, because I became the faction leader, I am now considered a major power, which is awesome, and I use the console to re-invite Mexico, who have since died because they had no army, and Baratia, which are both countries which I think would have joined us anyway. Then we've been trying very hard to boost the Combined Syndicates of America. The reason we can see all of their armies is because we did, until like a day ago, in fact an hour ago, have a bunch of volunteers over there. Those volunteers have been sent packing, and we have joined the war. So we are now at war with both the Reichspakt and the German Empire. At the end of the last session, after I'd already finished, I did actually send the ships home that were training, just so I didn't forget to do that. But we do need to try and set up some kind of defensive network around our nation. The other thing we can now finally do is go to A, war economy, and then B, extensive conscription. Which do I want to do first? Right, we're going to cancel that just so we can get more political power for a short time. Then I think we're going to go war economy. And then once we have the 100 political power, we will change our conscription law. And we are in a defensive war and an offensive war. Which one is which? Not sure. That's fine. So long as I'm in a defensive one too. We do have our troops in pretty decent garrison positions. We have a couple of troops in New Zealand, though quite honestly I think I would have liked to have a couple more over there. We have our 1 division in Sydney, which we probably want to give to somebody else to command, but we can do that a bit later. And we are waiting for our 3 regular size units to make it home, as well as our air wings. That's true. Okay, let's do the Navy, because I don't think I've even organised the Navy since the last war. So all of these are heading home. In fact, we're just going to give them a few days to get home, and then we will organise the fleets properly. Nike Mac, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. Hello. Doing okay, going home this weekend and start chemo round 2 on the 14th. Okay. Well, I hope it really goes well, Katie. I really do. When you run out of manpower, conscript the emus. Well, it's not so much about conscripting the emus. I just leave them in Australia defending everything, and it will never fall. At least that's my hope. Huzzah! Coach Duke, thank you very much for the resubscription for months now. That's awesome. Welcome back, Mordred. 4 months already. Time is flying when you enjoy the content. Keep up the good work. Thank you very, very much for that. Appreciate that. Alright, so we are definitely going to be losing New Guinea. I don't think there's any real way of us holding that. Which doesn't matter so much. We'll be losing the airbase and 1 port, but there's no resources or anything up there. And how are the resources looking? Most of them here on the west side. Sorry, the east side. Yeah, we really need to get the manpower going so I can start pumping out some more units. We don't have a huge amount of infantry equipment anymore. Am I still lend-leasing this? I am. So Intel India isn't doing amazingly. I may just stop trying to send to you. Actually looked like the majority got through. And then there was also Baratia and the Combined Syndicates. Ah, crap. I just realised we're still restoring the Navy, aren't we? So we're going to have that debuff. Which means I'm basically not going to be able to produce anything. I wonder if that reduces repair speed as well. That could be bad. Okay. And then Baratia is just under attack by everything. Oh no! That's brought in Burma. Or it could potentially bring in Burma. That could be really bad for Baratia, actually. I was kind of counting on getting their manpower. And I'll be rather upset if we don't. Japan wants construction permission. I will gladly get non-aggression pacts with you guys. So we're fairly friendly with Japan. We've actually got a trading agreement with the Japanese. So hopefully that's going to be all good. The other thing that we could potentially spark off would be an Ottoman-German war at some point. But that's going to be rather more difficult to fabricate than the Entente-German war. Which unfortunately they don't have a focus tree for anymore. They used to. Which is why I don't feel so bad about fabricating that kind of thing. January 41. Let's get some more construction going. And also more modern close air support. Good. Good, good, good. Aggression with you, that sounds good. And I think I need to select my fighter squadrons. In fact, I think I'm going to bring you up to a 100 aircraft unit. You are tactical bombers, which we have not produced any more of. Then you are going to be air superiority on Australia. Mexico has been exiled. Yeah, this is why I joined the war. To make sure that they had somebody to exile too. Because I think if they were a minor power and everyone else was a minor power, they would just capitulate. Vicente Toledano has announced that the Mexican nation can no longer stand the pressure from the occupying Canadian forces. That's fine. So Mexico has fallen, but once the CSA completes their liberation of America, they can then go after Mexico and also Canada. That's my intention anyway. I was going to bite the bullet and finally buy RimWorld, but then I got handed a 3,500 bill for our out-of-network test. That would suck. I mean, that does suck. That's no would be about it. Yeah, American bills, not fun. Fun at all. But RimWorld is fun. This looks very hard to win. It will be. Which is another reason why, again, I'm not feeling too bad about potentially manufacturing a war between the Entente and Germany. I mean, the Kaiserreich team have always said that they built this with the intention of the Entente going after whoever won the war between the Internationale and Germany. So Germany won, no doubt about it. Germany has won that war. So this would then be the Third World War, which is the Entente going after France. They've taken Britain, now they want France, which is under German control. So let's set a goal. We could say whenever the BRA is removed, so when it becomes the UK again, although that could take them a while to get to. I'm just wondering if any of this is going to be blocked. Yeah, I think it's got to be this. So once the British Reconstruction Authority is removed and it becomes the United Kingdom again, then we'll have them declare. Okay. Right. Navy's got home. Yes. So now I need to organise you properly. So we have the destroyers here. This is going to be the escort fleet. And we'll kind of need to wait and see about what we need to escort and where. We have our 2 dreadnoughts, which is the bombardment fleet. We have our submarines, which are the convoy raiding fleet. And it's going to be their job to basically intercept anyone trying to attack me. So we'll pay attention to and we'll need to start mass producing submarines, I think, so that we can get that proper blanket in place. And then we have a bunch of cruisers here and 1 dreadnought. That dreadnought, sorry, that destroyer, not dreadnought. You should really be with them. And there are 2 more cruisers who can join that. So we have our cruiser fleet here, which can be used in a hit and run capacity. I might split out the level 4s. I think I will. Oh, we'll do that once you've all come together. Mexican exile leader offers service. After a long and hazardous journey through enemy-held territory in several neutral states, a high-ranking military officer from one of the capitulated allies has finally arrived in the capital. Hello. Are you any good?
Yes, sir.
So our Mexican friend is Alberto L. Rodriguez. Politically connected, career officer, infantry leader. So he would make an excellent field marshal, actually, just because it would be so unbelievably cheap. 7.5 telephones. So I'm going to go ahead and promote you into a field marshal now. So we have you as a spare. Oh, and also, you should have the exile leader abilities, right? No, you don't. Huh. Have I tried staging coups in some of the minor nations like Ukraine and Belarus? You can't in Kaiserreich. Situation reminds me of Franco's situation was plenty of hostile enemies and not many friends, only difference is they were shooting at you. Yeah. I mean, our benefit is we are stupendously isolated. So defending ourselves, if we can hold naval superiority here, it's going to be even easier than holding on to the UK. Because their fleets are going to have to come a really long way to make their way over here. So I think I'm going to set you medium risk. Actually, we should double check the admirals. So you're a blockade runner. Who's a superior tactician? You are Colvin. You're just the highest rank officer that we have, no other abilities. And then you, the cruiser commander, are the superior tactician spotter. I think that's fine. And you know what? I think I'm going to have you coming in a little bit closer. Means you don't need to do that one either. There we go. Tibet has joined the co-prosperity sphere. Mongolia has declared war on Russia. Bearing in mind that Russia is a German puppet right now, so we've got Mongolia fighting the Russians, but no way to actually get to them. Alash Order being a Ottoman puppet. The German Empire is called in. Yeah, okay, so they're going to be calling in lots of people for that war. Is there a focus for Australian opal? No. Manpower 4. Guys, say hi to Greg and Tom. I need 2 other names. Greg, Tom, somebody and somebody. And also we have some new abilities. Oh yes, war propaganda. And exile forces stuff. So I can get extra organization, sorry, extra experience from this. Unity Parade is war support. Weapons for the resistance. Their partisans are better. Parliamentary speech gets more legitimacy for the extraction campaign. I think I'm going to go for the extraction campaign. Costs just 25 power. I don't think I'm going to need it. Touch wood. Ben and Jerry. There we go. Greg, Tom, Ben and Jerry. Right, so this is all of these ships. I think I'm going to split you guys off into a more modern fleet. And then these are the older cruisers. Let's give you a different symbol. Dolphins. And these are the escorts. My escort fleet is usually that. These are my bombardment fleets, which can be that. And in fact, the bombardment fleet, I think, should actually be in a different task force, which can then be commanded by John Gregory Crace. Okay. Submarine offensive. Alright, so we've got super elite submarines now, which is great. Do I want to upgrade my destroyers? Yeah, I think I want to get the first 2 destroyers, and then I think we're going to go for the capital ships. So let's go ahead and research that. Although I should double check my destroyers to see if they have actually got basic stuff like sonar. No, of course not. That would make life far too easy. Sub-detection 1. Yeah, this is where I couldn't upgrade those ships. That's really irritating. We're going to have a bunch of ancient ships. Centralized fire control. That's another doctrine. That's really good. So let's go and grab forward observers, which we're definitely going to spend points on. And now we have enough to change our manpower law to extensive. And we're at war. I can get rid of the bled dry thing. Finally, this is going to give us a bunch more manpower. And also the new Anzacs, which is even more encryption. Our recruitment practices are outdated. It is time to revise them and at the same time put out a new call for enlisted soldiers. Excellent. And actually the bled dry is reducing our effective manpower by 20%. So it's a fair amount. Non-aggression of Transfer, absolutely. Light ships overhaul finished. A general overhaul of our obsolete destroyers and submarines has been successfully finished, and the ships are ready to enter the service of the Republican Australasian Navy. Submarines and destroyers will be brought back into service. 25 units of Australasian convoy added to the national stockpile. Hello. Hello, Puppet. Suddenly, my escort fleet is enormous. And we also got a couple more submarines, which we can add to the submarine fleet. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change escort fleets into units of 25. Which I of course forgot to save. Because this way I don't need to have all of them active at once. Just makes it a little bit cheaper. The other thing I want to do is make you low risk engage. And you can split off. Oh, that's reinforce. Split. You guys can also split and also reinforce. And in fact, I think I'm going to have you in units of 5. For the moment, so I can get as much coverage out here as I can. Huzzah! Better radar. Let's get our radar stations upgrading. So that I can get as early detection as I possibly can. Okay, now we want to start researching advanced submarines. 100%. Sir Jambonnet, thank you very much for the Twitch resub. 4 months now. That is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wonder if the Ottomans and the Japanese will come to blows, 2 of the oldest empires of the history of militarism. Doubtful. Unless Transemur decides to go for Siberia, which I think it might have focuses to do. Are you going down the right one again? No, you're still rebuilding Britain. Alright.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Whoa! Prussian Prince, thank you very much for the host. Welcome to all of Prussian Prince's followers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this stream where things are getting a little bit hairy. We're not actually fighting anything right now, but we are at war with most of the world, as tends to happen as a communist Australia. Where is diplomacy? I want to see everyone that I'm fighting right now. Faction map mode. So we are currently at war with the Reichspakt, which is all of these guys. We're at war with the Entente, which is all of those guys. And also the Reichspakt owns a bunch of Africa and also Southeast Asia, which is bad for us because we are in Australasia, which is Australia, New Zealand and a tiny bit of Papua New Guinea, although that is currently being destroyed. There we are. Diplomacy map mode. Everything in red is what we're fighting. We are allied with an occupied Mexico, Argentina and Bolivia, and Baratia Commune. That's it. Communist Britain and Communist France have already fallen. See you, newbies. So anyway, this war has basically just broken out. So I am still in the process of sorting out the navies, so hopefully we can actually protect the coastline. Let's have you a different unit because we have an excellent field marshal who I'd like to have commanding those 2 units. In fact, let's bring the mountaineers over here. So this is a unit of mountaineers I got through event, the Ratsutsbrook, and they are rather strong. Yes, I will take non-aggressions with everyone I am not currently fighting. We're out of manpower, but we are mobilizing. We can get up to 5%. We have 2.2. And we are still building ships. That is fine. Although we are extremely low in resources, so this might well be the opportunity or the time to start buying in some. Because we definitely don't have the political power to change our export laws. That is another thing we will need to do. Because we do produce a fair amount of resources, but we're also exporting a bunch. So, yeah, let's go ahead and buy in a little bit of steel from Baratia, I would say. Get 24. That should cover it. Good stuff. And that's going to mean that I can start ramping up my naval production even more. Because that is something we are desperately going to need. Dutch East Indies took 4 states until India was taken, so unfortunately the uprising failed. And we had been supporting until India with Lend-Lease, so they've probably just given the Dutch a bunch of guns. But I think the Dutch are still neutral, are they not? Yes, they are not in a faction, so that's fine. Meanwhile, am I still Lend-Leasing the CSA? None of it's getting through because of the stupid issues they're having. Although, there's the cutoff that I was trying to get myself. What they really need to do is grab this province. They can get another port, which is not in this zone, which they keep on blocking, which is just stupid. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I would love to be able to support Baratia a little more than I am. We are, however, sending them guns, and we've sent them quite a few. 5,800 have gone through. We've lost 69 through sinkages. That's fine. Oh, naval engagement. These are convoys fighting against the subs. I mean, the other thing that we could do is send out the cruisers. Especially these guys. So let's have you... Hang on, are you convoy raiding or strike forcing? Convoy raid, good. Let's have you guys convoy raiding. I'm trying to decide where I want them. Let's have the cruisers a little further out. They should be faster. Although they could also be more dangerous. Yeah, let's switch that around. Let's have the submarines convoy raid out there. And then let's have the cruisers convoy raiding in the home waters. The Insulindian volunteers return home. The volunteers we sent to the Insulindian revolt have returned. Now that peace has been restored in the Insulindian archipelago, they bring some experience in fighting in hard terrain back with them. It's really good. Speaking of hard terrain fighting, we can also, I think... No, we don't have the mountaineers. We still need that focus on urban combat. Duneveld, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, we got a division from Mexico. That's nice. Let's organise this.
Where's next?
Motorised! Sweet. And I even have a cavalry officer, specifically for my motorised divisions. Awesome. Alright, war effort is done. So now we can invest in victory, which is base war support, which will get us up to 93, which would be nice. And then also 100 political power, or improving the power of our Anzacs. Land doctrine research plus 10% would be really nice. Or we can continue building up our naval prowess.